live stream. Happy Saturday, happy weekend. We got the beautiful Zastava M90 out on the table today, an awesome 5.56 AK that we have done a few upgrades to up front and taped it up a little bit. So we'll be talking about this guy quite a bit today. Huge fan of this gun. We also have the EP9, a little 9mm AK by XTAR. These are kind of the two newest guns on the channel. So we'll be talking about those. I did, of course, do some upgrades to this as well. Mountain Man, Brianna, what's going on, guys? Gouda. We also have the Midwest Industries kitted out Marlin Dark series. So we'll be talking about what I have currently done to this, the upgrades we have on this, and where we kind of plan to go. Malik, Gabby, what's up, everybody? And then I think you all really enjoy my beautiful sign that I made for the giveaway for the Canik TP9 Elite SC and the Utica Knives Survival Knife. I don't know, I like my little sign, so hopefully you guys enjoy my little sign too. But yep, the EP9, the Midwest Industries lever action, the ZPAP M90, Adrian Cross, let's get it, looking clean. They do sell a rifle version of the EP9 that I'm thinking about. Yeah, I have not done the 1,000-round range review of the EP9 yet, but first impressions are pretty good, man. It comes in at a super inexpensive price, which is cool. I do really kind of like the handguard style of it. It just looks a little different. It kind of gives you like, almost kind of like my 300 Blackout AR. It kind of gives you the like SD handguard vibe. So we do have a suppressor in it right now, but it does kind of come with a little blast shield. So yeah, 1,000-round range review of the EP9 by XTAR coming soon. Muzz, the USPS lost your barrel. Oh no. Do they ship it back to you? How does that work? I got another one since I'm getting a refund for it. Oh, okay. All right. So as long as you're not getting screwed, Gabby. I'm still waiting about the Taquito. Well, I'm kind of glad you brought that up because the Taquito long form video, the 1,000-round range review of the Taquito, is actually going live tomorrow at noon. I really hope you guys enjoy that video. Not that I haven't done a lot of videos. Hello from Commie, Connecticut. What's up, Pat Walsh? If you guys are just stopping by, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Ian says, sorry, we're gonna get back to the Taquito. Give me a second. Been eyeing the EP9 for months. Dude, first impressions of it are pretty good. We are gonna have a 1,000-round range review of the EP9. Upgrades that I've done to the EP9 so far, I did goon tape it because, I don't know, I wanted to spray paint it, but ended up goon taping it just so you could, I don't know. I'm rocking a Fletcher Rifle Works suppressor, a PowerTac flashlight, so pretty cool. Those bullets look like Taquitos from the gas station. Yeah, the Marlin Dark series, Chamberlain 4570. This is some of the Midwest Industries stuff we got on it. Beautiful weapons. Thank you, Pat. Oh, okay. Speaking of the Taquito, the 1,000-round range review of the Taquito is dropping tomorrow at noon. I know I've done a lot of, awesome, I'll keep my eye out for the review. Yeah, man, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I would appreciate it. That goes for everybody here. And hey, guys, like the stream. I think we get more friends if we like the stream. But, sorry, I'm going to finish a complete thought for once. The long-form 1,000-round range review of the Taquito suppressor is dropping tomorrow at noon. I know I have done a lot of shorts and a very good handful of long-form videos, but I think the long-form video of the Taquito is quite possibly my favorite that I've done to date. I got a lot of really good footage of it. The range review was fun, and I think I did a pretty good job with the long form. So that will be dropping tomorrow at noon. And that is kind of my tentative style that I'm going to continue to do long form videos on. When I first started, I guess I was doing a lot of like opinion long form videos, which, I may continue, but we'll see. Ammo Alchemist and Kablamo, what's up, man? Well, appreciate you stopping by the stream. We do have the giveaway gun and knife set out in the background today. Look, I even made a little sign for it. The giveaway gun and knife, very high budget sign. I put a lot of effort and time into that. But yeah, you could win this. This giveaway is live. It will be announced the winner at the end of the month. But we do have the Zastava M90. I have not yet filmed. Muzz, I think I'm starting to hate the KP9. Oh, Gabby, sorry, I missed your comment. It's not fluted as the other one I wanted to get you. Well, either way, I appreciate it because we do have a lower for the AR-10. So soon we'll have the barrel and the lower. Muzz, I think I'm starting to hate the KP9. I want to know why, Gabby, because I actually kind of was considering buying a KP9. If you're looking at getting rid of yours, let me know. But tell me why you're starting to hate the KP9. But the Zastava M90 actually kind of brought out my, dude, like, I don't know, man. I'm an AK guy at heart. I do like the AR stuff as well, but I really do love the AK and the AK platforms. I didn't do the full 1,000 round range review of this yet, really just because I was at the range and we did the 1,000 round range. We did the 1,000 round review of the Taquito, and then we did the 1,000 round review of the CZ75, whatever, the CZ Customs build. And the bugs were starting to straight up like molest me. So we did, I mag dumped a single mag through the M90, and I was like, I gotta go, I gotta leave. Dude, I gotta say, this shot phenomenally well. The first shots of this were amazing. For an 18.25 inch chrome line barrel, it's not heavy, it's actually very light for an AK, but like with the 5.56, incredibly low recoiling. Sorry, I'm gonna catch up on the comments. What's the name of the AK? So this is the Zastava M90. It is a 5.56 AK. This one is in the Serbian redwood furniture. I did want to tape it a little bit because I think the black and red just sets it off very well. But I definitely didn't want to tape it to the point where you couldn't see the redwood. So hopefully you guys like the little tape job. Been working with goon tape a little bit. I actually gooned up both guns. So this is their German Flecktarn camo. Dude, the guy at the dude who makes the goon tape is really cool, and he's gonna help out the channel a little bit. I'm gonna send him some videos. He's gonna post it on their Instagram. Hopefully, you know, do some stuff. But what is OOB? Out of battery and mags. I know the KP9 did have issues. I don't know if they resolved. I don't know. I don't know much about the KP9 because I actually bought a PSA AKV that I ended up selling like an idiot. Mags are $100 a piece for the KP9. The scene reminds me of GTA. Yeah, man, we got some really cool guns on the Muzzle Bro channel. I mean, of course, I am biased because they're my guns, but I think we got some cool stuff. But yeah, man, I did do the, I'm surprised this video didn't do very well, but the paracord wrap of the lever I thought was pretty cool. We are not done with this build yet. We are still waiting to add the Midwest Industries handguard, and then we're gonna add like a flashlight and a different optic. I think I'm actually gonna end up putting this optic on the EP9 because I currently just have this Fiachi optic, and I don't know if it looks very good on the gun. So I might switch that up, or I actually probably will switch that up. Sweet, keep costs down. Yeah, we're trying to keep costs down here on the Muzzle Broke channel. This channel was kind of funded on being poor and also still liking guns, so. If I don't win the giveaway, would you recommend Utica knives? Gabby's got to go. All right, well, Gabby, thanks for stopping by. If you let me know about that KP9, Gabby. If I don't win the giveaway, would you recommend Utica knives? Yeah, man, they're actually pretty high quality stuff. To be honest, I'm not like a super enormous knife dude. I don't know, man, but I've used this, that survival knife actually quite a bit. I've been using it to cut my like core essentials belts and stuff. So it's worked very well. Even their little like pocket knives are very sharp. I like them. No complaints. They hold up pretty well. Same with the machete. I kind of like beat the hell out of that thing at the range, just kind of messing around. But if you guys are just popping on the stream, make sure you subscribe to the Muzzle Bro channel. I really would appreciate it. Gorgeous. Thank you, Spike. I bought an Uzi, but it has too much recoil. You probably need to add some sort of brace. 9mm shouldn't have too much recoil. The TP9 Elite SC in a giveaway is great. Yeah, that's what we're giving away, the Canik TP9 Elite SC. I have one in Damascus. I did trade it towards the SIG P365X macro for my EDC. It's probably a good trade. Egg, what happened? I don't know what happened, man. But yeah, the Zastava M90, we did add the Midwest Industries light and laser mount that I attached a PowerTac flashlight to, as well as the goon tape of the gun. I was gonna add an optic to this, but I'm not quite sure if I wanna do that. And also, so this is a Yugoslavian pattern AK, so the AK side mount rail that I have doesn't actually fit this. So maybe we'll get another one, we'll see. There's definitely some mounting options out there. I could also put the railed gas tube on this, but I don't know. We're gonna see. Oh no, the nice wood gonna be all stick. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, the goon tape does leave a little bit of a residue, but it's very easy to wipe off. Not too bad. But I'll probably leave the goon taped up for a little bit just because I don't know, man. Something about the AKs and the goon tape just really does it for me. Haven't really goon taped the Marlin Dark series, and I do not think I will. But I have been a really big fan of this gun so far, just kind of doing the upgrade. Still waiting on the Midwest Industries handguard, but hopefully that'll be in at some point. This one is chambered in 4570. As you can see, these big boy rounds here. We are rocking a Midwest Industries stock, custom paracorded lever that I did myself. Emissary development handbrake on this. We also have a Griffin armament muzzle device so we can suppress this bad boy. And then on the right-hand side, we are rocking the EP9, a little 9mm AR platform kind of style by XTAR. Biggest things about this gun is it's incredibly lightweight, like literally 4 pounds, which is insane. It feels like a toy when you pick it up, which is kind of a good thing for any sort of like bag gun and stuff. I did goon tape this up a little bit. Takes regular AR triggers, so we might actually have to super safety this. We're currently running a PowerTech flashlight, RE socket hand stop, Fletcher Rifle Works suppressor on this bad boy. And then of course the giveaway is still going on. The Canik TP9 Elite SC and the Utica Knives Survival Knife. You could win this for free. So if you guys haven't entered the giveaway, I encourage you to do so because it's a free gun, and who doesn't want a free gun? Your love of AKs is rubbing off on me. I want a 7.62 PDW. Not a bad PDW option, if I'm being totally honest. Of course, I am biased because I do love my AKs. But similar to the 300 Blackout cartridge, the 7.62x39 cartridge actually does pretty well out of a short barrel. So not a horrible PDW option. They are a little heavy. When I kind of think PDW, I'm thinking kind of something small, lightweight, compact. Like the EP9, of course I do have it out. My biggest, wish, I wish this was foldable in some manner, but it is not. I think it kind of has a regular buffer system. Actually, I have not even really taken this gun apart. I probably should take this gun apart and read a little bit more into the internals. I have not done that, but I do wish that I could fold this because I really think that that's kind of where this gun would shine, is in like a backpack gun or like a small little truck gun PDW situation, because it is just so incredibly lightweight. Even compared to some of the PCC, even compared to like the little Recover Tactical thing, I think the EP9 is quite a bit larger or lighter. Micro Draco. I will say there is something about the Century Arms tactical Micro Draco that just I think is really cool. I think I did actually shoot that at Kalash Bash. But yeah, the Micro Draco is, if I were to get one, I would get the tactical Micro Draco, just because it does come with all the Picatinny and M-Lock, and you can throw a brace on it with the 1913 rail. So plenty of stuff. But if you guys are just popping on the stream, make sure you subscribe to the Muzzle Broke channel. I really would appreciate it. We have lots of stuff dropping on the channel all the time. Dan, what's up? Mr. Brimov. Wow, there are no firearm sales on the channel. But you can win the Canik TP9 Elite SC. Look, I even made a little sign for it. Giveaway, I got a knife. Look at those arrows. How beautifully drawn. But we also do have the Marlin Dark Series chambered in 4570 out on the table. The XTAR EP9 and the ZPAP M90. Marshall Tucker subscribed. Thanks for the content. Well, thank you for subscribing, Mr. Marshall Tucker. I do really appreciate that. Egg, I appreciate you being subbed. But yeah, man, plenty of upgrades to all these guns coming soon. If there's ever any upgrades that you guys want to see specifically, just let me know. I, of course, have billions and billions of content ideas, and we have new videos that post every single day. In fact, the next Muzzle Broke video is actually posting in about 15 minutes. This one is the part 2 of the buckshot testing video. Fishy Does Stuff says, hi, what's up? But yeah, part 2 of the buckshot spread/range testing is posting in 15 minutes. And then there's a real cool video tomorrow. It's quite possibly my favorite long-form video that I've done to date. And it's the 1,000-round range review of the Taquito suppressor. Well, Muzz, I don't give a crap about a 22 LR suppressor. Well, you should still watch it because it's actually a lot of fun. It's very enjoyable. It's really cool. The Taquito was a great suppressor, and it's a pretty inexpensive suppressor as well. I just had a lot of fun on the range review, man. It was fun to shoot. 22 LR is a very, not necessarily a super practical, self-defense round. But 22 is a lot of fun to shoot. 22 suppressor is, billions and billions. Not a bad impression. Yeah, we do so many Trump impressions here on the Muzzle Bro channel. What a channel it is. I looked at the channel and I said, wow, that's a beautiful YouTube channel. Yeah, we do a lot of Trump impressions every once in a while. What's up with the rifle? It looks like an AR, but there ain't no charging handle. What is that? So this is the EP9 by XTAR. It is a little kind of AR9 platform. The charging, I don't really want to call it a charging handle because it's not at the back like a traditional AR, but it's almost got kind of an AK style charging handle on the left-hand side of the gun. It's actually facing the table. Rifle giveaway 2. I would venture to say the next giveaway on the channel will probably be some sort of AR. Currently, we are giving away the Canik TP9 Elite SC, as well as the Utica Knives Survival Knife. So this is a free giveaway to enter, excuse me. So who doesn't want to win a free gun? So make sure you guys, enter that giveaway. Nice, thank you. Yeah, the EP9 by XTAR, we're gonna have a 1,000-round range review out on this some point in the channel. The live streams, I don't wanna say they're teasers, but like I usually put the newest stuff on the live streams first, and then typically I'll do some shorts, and then typically we'll have the big 1,000-round range review. The reason that we do it in that fashion is because that's what I do, I guess. The range reviews just take some time. They take some time to get to the range, they take some time to film, they take some time to edit. And I don't wanna just slop out crap. The detective said hi, what's up, man? Justin Guzman, the lever action is awesome. Well, thank you, sir. We are not done with it yet. But this is the Marlin Dark Series, Chamberlain 4570. We got some Midwest Industries aftermarket upgrade. And look, I paracord wrapped the lever. I thought that was pretty cool. Running the Griffin Armament muzzle device because we are going to run this guy suppressed for the range review. I'm still waiting on the Midwest Industries handguard. But once we get the Midwest Industries handguard installed, I'm going to add a different optic. I'm going to add a flashlight. And then we'll do the range review. Man, I really like those. Thanks for giving us a chance. Yeah, man, I love doing giveaways. We have done a good handful of giveaways on the channel before. And they're fun to do for me. I don't know, man. I enjoy giving back to the gun community. So it's fun for me. So I'm not going to say we're always going to be giving away a gun or anything like that, but we are always going to be giving away something. We've given away some awesome knives. We've given away a machete. We've given away, I'll probably do what are your guys' thoughts on doing like a kit loadout giveaway? Like if I give away like a battle belt and a plate carrier and like a holster and like some other stuff, because I could very easily do that for y'all. Have you looked at any of those Glock chassis? What are your thoughts? So I actually have in the gun room a Recover Tactical 2020N Glock chassis that I currently have my Glock 17 Gen 3 in. So I have one. I guess, do you have any specific questions about them? They're fairly inexpensive. I don't need a gun. I just want to be your friend. I do need a cameraman, so if anyone wants to help me film. Mr. Ragnarok, so excited about this giveaway. Glad to be here. Well, thanks, man. Yeah, dude, I like doing these giveaways. So we're always going to be doing a giveaway at some point. It's fun to do. I feel like the giveaway videos, what are questionable? A battle kit would be really awesome. Yeah. Yes, core battle belt giveaway. That's not a bad idea. Would you guys prefer an EDC giveaway, like an EDC belt, or a battle belt giveaway? Battle buddy. Yeah, battle kit would be cool. We definitely have some stuff we could give away. Maybe we'll do like a Core Essentials EDC belt giveaway. That might be cool. Nice gun, bro. Yeah, man. Can you shoot an apple off my head? I probably could. How do we enter the giveaway? Okay, so to enter the giveaway for the Canik TP9 Elite SC and the Utica Knives Survival Knife, if you win, you get both. But basically, I will have videos. I already have videos that have dropped, and there are more videos to drop on the giveaway items. And basically, anytime you see that in one of my videos, you drop a comment, and you'll be entered to win. And if you donate to the channel, you get one extra entry per donation because, I have to try not to lose my house. So that's how you enter the giveaway. Pretty easy to do. Undercover says he wants a battle belt giveaway. Muzzle Broke, good evening. 223DMR, what's up, man? Today we got the EP9, a little AR 9mm by XTAR. Very inexpensive, very lightweight gun, which is pretty cool. We got the Marlin Dark Series, Chamberlain 4570 with some Midwest Industries upgrades, which is pretty nice. We are gonna work on getting the rest of the build complete. Patience is a virtue. I love the 30-30, actually in 45-70, these big boy rounds. And then on the left-hand side, we got the brand new AK, the Zastava M90, a 5.56 AK, a very beautiful gun. This one is in Serbian redwood. What is your favorite knife brand? Egg, thank you for the donation, Egg. I appreciate you. Egg, would you like extra entries for the Canik TP9 Elite SC? I have my piece of paper. I can write them down for you. Because if you guys do donate to the Muzzle Bro channel, you get extra entries to win the giveaway package. So isn't that neat? So Egg donated $2. He will get 2 extra entries for the Canik TP9 Elite SE, and I have that written down. I wrote it with my left hand. It's very poorly written, but it is written. So thank you, Egg. I appreciate that. And then also, if you guys do donate to the Muzzle Bro channel, you get your name up on the hashtag Save and Say No Land wall. Wouldn't you like to help me not lose my house? Look at this. Egg, I don't think you're up there. I'll have to write your name, Egg. So yeah, when you guys donate, you get hashtag Save and Say No Land. Yes. Maybe 47. What are we talking about? This is so dangerous. Maybe 47. I would like the Glock 47. I do have a handful, I think 3 Glock 17s. I would really like a Glock 45 with the Radian Ramjet and Afterburner to make it the size of a Glock 17, but also to have that Radian Ramjet and Afterburner. However, I have a hard time buying another Glock when I have a couple. And also, I think the Radian Ramjet and Afterburner is incredibly overpriced. So probably not going to buy that. That being said, the Marlin Dark Series was incredibly expensive too. Probably not worth what I paid for it. This gun was like $1,900, which for essentially a toy is pretty darn expensive. You know, not that it's not a capable cartridge. I mean, it is, but the rounds are $2 a pop. I don't think this is the most practical hunting weapon. Definitely not the most practical range toy. Definitely not the most practical home defense gun. So the Marlin Dark Series chambered in 4570 is essentially a toy. And that's kind of okay. You know, guns are fun and meant to be fun, but very expensive. This gun is like $450, the EP9 by XTAR, an incredibly inexpensive gun. Got any training drills you recommend for beginners when it comes to shooting handguns? I am not good with my Hellcat Pro. I'm fairly new to shooting handguns as I just turned 21. Yeah, man, it depends on how new you are to shooting. I do have plenty of drills, like drills that I do in my short form videos, so I would kind of encourage you to watch those. But off the top of my head, basically you need to start slow and move faster. I know it's like, especially when you watch people on the internet that like are drawing, like getting these like 1 second bill drills, and you're like, oh, I just want to shoot fast. But shooting fast is not incredibly pertinent if you're not going to be shooting well. So my first recommendations would be make sure you have a really good grip on your gun. Make sure you're dry firing to learn the trigger. Make sure you're learning the sights. Make sure you're able to shoot it slow and proficiently. And a lot of that, I really just recommend a lot of dry fire training in the house. That really helps you learn your trigger. It helps you learn what gives you a better grip on your gun. Also, kind of hard to show. So when you have a handgun, right? Like if this is your handgun, have someone else like grip the gun and have someone else like push down on the barrel. Or just take it up to like a table and push up on the slide. And basically that like tests your grip on the gun. So just make sure you have a really good grip on the gun. That would probably be my biggest newbie tips. Lots of dry fire. Yes, I agree. Can you tell me the cross-section area of an AR-15? Andy, what's up? What's up, Andy? Undercover, thank you so much for the tips. Yeah, man, I do a lot of bill drills with handguns. That's a lot of fun. A lot of Mozambique drills as well. I would say with the drills, it's very easy to get frustrated if you're slower, but just make sure you're hitting your shots. Make sure you're dry firing at home. Make sure you're learning your grips, and you'll get faster. Can you tell me the cross-section area of the AR-15 stock spring? I'm not really understanding that question. If you're talking about the tape, this is the German Flecktarn camo goon tape that we put on this gun. This is the EP9 by XTAR 9mm AR9. But if you guys are just popping on the stream, make sure you subscribe to the Muzzle Bro channel. I really would appreciate it. I appreciate it when you guys subscribe and support the channel because I can't do this without subscribers. Zyro's Garden, what's up, man? I just recently got a Venom Vortex 1-6 LPVO, and I really like it. What do you think about LPVOs? I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a ton of experience shooting LPVOs. I do have one. I actually am going to throw it on the Marlin Dark series because I think that's like just the most practical LPVO setup that I have. I really like dots. I really like red dots. They just pick up really easy for me. The eye relief, not that it's an issue on LPVOs, but it's an additional step that takes you, at least takes me. LPVO is a low powered variable optic. So picture a fancy scope, basically, that you can change very quickly. The magnification, typically they are illuminated reticles with an etched reticle as well. That is one thing I really appreciate about a LPVO, is that it does have a etched reticle. So unlike both of these red dots, if the batteries of an LPVO die, you could actually still use the optic, which is nice. Not that I dislike them. I just typically shoot dots because that's just what I'm most comfortable with. Hey man, what's a good brand of cheap bulk 9mm ammo? I want to build my ammo up, but buying box by box gets expensive. Yes, it does. Typically, I go online and just see whatever I could get 1,000 rounds the cheapest. You could definitely buy ammo cheaper online. It typically just comes down to shipping. Like that's kind of something that'll get you. Because I mean, you could find 9mm for like, I don't know, like $9 a box, but if they're gonna charge you $300 shipping, meh. So I would encourage you to go to different websites and just kind of basically go through the whole process, get it in your cart, see how much they're gonna charge you. I know it's kind of an annoying process to do, but that's the best way to make any savings. Do you have any suggestions for a decent budget LPVO? So the LPVO that I have is the Guardian by Gideon Optics, and I would not consider that a budget LPVO because I think it's like $300 or $400. Not that I dislike it, I do enjoy it, but it's kind of an expensive LPVO. I really am gonna advise against like budget optics, to just, if I'm being totally honest. Now we do have cheaper optics on the channel. Like this is a Fiachi red dot. I think you can get it for $70, okay? That being said, like Fiachi sent me this. I would not purchase this for $70. Sorry, Fiachi, if you're watching. I think HoloSun is a good budget optic company, but typically if you're buying a really cheap optic, like it's just not gonna work very well. And even like pistol optics, like I have a $400 CH Precision optic that like broke. I bought a $300 Swamp Fox optic that broke. Like if you buy a budget optic, it's just not going to do very well. I know optics are incredibly expensive, and I hate optics because they are so expensive. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't buy a budget optic personally. SKS question mark. What is that? Why is it so darn beautiful? So we have the EP9 by XTAR, a 9mm AR platform. We got the Marlin Dark series with some Midwest Industries upgrades. Then we have the ZPAP M90. It was a 5.56 AK from Zastava with a beautiful Serbian redwood furniture. Also added a little Midwest Industries light and laser mount to throw the PowerTac flashlight on. Then we have the giveaway gun in the background, the Canik TP9 Elite SC. Going off your last answer, my local gun shop has 115 grain, 500 rounds for $160. Is that a solid deal? Yeah, it's a pretty good deal. Typically, I can get 1,000 rounds of 9mm for $280 to $300, so that's not a bad deal. Would you know the brand of the 9mm? I only have Amazon optics. 7 out of 8 work perfectly. Again, different strokes for different folks. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Personally, every time I've tried to save money on an optic, it kind of tends to come and bite me in the booty. I would recommend getting the Vortex Venoms. You can get it for $230 with Vortex cantilever mount plus throw lever for free. I have heard good things about the Vortex, so that's a good option. And much clearer glass than the competition, plus FOV. Field of view is really nice. Nice. Winchester 115 grain 9mm. Yeah, it's a decent deal. I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know. It's kind of a catch-22, man. Because like I honestly, after my last range trip, this is the 22 LR rounds that I actually used for the Taquito suppressor review, which is dropping tomorrow. I think they sucked, and I was getting a bunch of jams. So I don't mind cheap ammo, especially like centerfire is usually pretty good because centerfire 9mm, even if it sucks, will typically work out of hammer-fired pistols. I don't know. This is me monologuing about cheap ammo. But if you guys are just popping onto the stream, make sure you guys subscribe to the Muzzle Bro channel. I really would appreciate it. We have lots of content that actually, there's a new video dropping in 1 minute. So I know I'll probably still be on the stream. But Leonard, what's up? Andy? Airsoft optics work. I put a $40 fire field on my 300 blackout and treat it like dog poop, and it's still holding up. Sometimes yes, sometimes no, is really kind of what that comes down to. Sometimes you'll get lucky, sometimes you won't. It just kind of depends on how much money are you willing to gamble, right? I personally wouldn't really do that. Corgi channel, yo, what's up, man? Yeah, so this optic is actually from Vector Optics. I haven't really done too much testing on this, but I probably am gonna throw this on the EP9 for that 1,000 round range review. This optic seems pretty solid, so I'm first impressions are pretty good. This is the Fiachi red dot. This is kind of like an Amazon optic. Do you have the Luger P08? I do not. Have you tried the Wolf EDG? I have not either. Sorry. Would you do a P80 build? I actually do have a aftermarket Glock build with a SCT Glock frame, which is, essentially very similar to the P80. I would do a P80 build for fun because I already have like some stock Glocks. If it was a serious Glock build, like in a sense of like it's my nightstand gun or my EDC, I typically like to stick as stock as possible. Dude, the grips frame is awesome. Spend as much on the optics as the gun, if not more, if you want them to hold up and do whatever they're supposed to do. Yeah, I tend to agree with that. It is very easy to buy a cheap optic, but it kind of, dude, I don't know. I kind of keep going back to HoloSun. I have had the best luck with HoloSun optics in a sense of like, I've bought a lot of HoloSun optics and they've all worked well. With other optic companies, it seems to be a little bit of a hit or miss. So again, if you're wanting to save money and you're okay kind of like losing that gamble, do it. But if not, don't. SCT is way cleaner. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I actually like the OEM Glock frame better than the SCT. Why? Just something about the grip. I think I got just really used to my OEM Glock grip, and the SCT frame is a little bit thinner. When I was using that gun frequently, I did actually add some goon tape to the grip to fatten it up, so that did help. I just got a Browning black medallion in 380. It's a nice little piece. What do you think of 1911s? I do have a handful of like 1911 platformy guns. I do have the Springfield Prodigy, which is kind of like a 2011 vibes. I also have the Springfield 911, which is a 380 kind of 1911. And I actually just today, finally, I don't know if you guys have been subscribed to the channel for a while, but I bought a Thesis 1911, kind of their World War II replica clone one. And it had significant issues. And I've spent the past like 3 months complaining about that gun, and I just did finally send it into Thesis for fixing, I guess. So I actually just shipped that off today. So would you trust an aftermarket frame and slide if all internal parts were Glock OEM? So yes and no. If you were gonna do that, I would probably just buy an OEM Glock, if I'm being totally honest. And I would trust it if I like personally tested it before using it in that sense, right? So let's say I built my completely aftermarket Glock completely. I take it to the range. I shoot 500, 600, 700 rounds through it. I don't have any malfunctions. It works well. It works great. I feel comfortable with it. Would I trust it at that point? Yes. If I were to go to the gun store and they're like, hey, we have this random P80 build, like here, buy it. I don't think I would trust that out of the box. Did I miss the giveaway? How's everyone? And hello, Muzz. What's up, Scooter? And the boys. No, the giveaway is still live. I just made a sign for it because I was sick of like talking about it. So the giveaway gun and knife is the Canik TP9 Elite SC and the Utica Knife Survival Knife. That is going to be announced at the end of the month. It is free to enter. So make sure you enter that giveaway, but you must be subscribed to the Muzzle Bro channel to win. So make sure you guys subscribe. I have 8 HoloSun optics, and I haven't had a problem with any of them. Yeah, I agree. I do have a handful of HoloSun optics and a HoloSun magnifier as well. And no issues with the HoloSun optics. I have had issues with CH Precision optics. I have had issues with Swamp Fox optics. I have had issues with my EOTech. So, like I don't know. Me and optics do not get along. Also, how do you like having a gun channel? I imagine it is hard at first, but does it help pay for the hobby at least? How stressful is it? It's a loaded question. It's as stressful as you make it, I guess. I have a lot of fun on the channel, I will say, but I do take it very seriously in a sense that I always have at least one video posted a day. I try and make good quality content. I try to avoid the gun slop. I try and avoid the aftermarket or the like, you know, sounds that everyone, oh, like use this sound and show a gun. Like I try to avoid those. So it is a lot of fun, but it is a lot of work, and it's actually much harder than I thought it was gonna be. Actually, I'm very good friends with First Shot Tactical, and I remember naively watching his channel and being like, I could do this. This is so easy. And then I started my channel and I was like, oh boy, a lot more goes into this than I thought. How do we enter? So to enter the Canik TP9 Elite SC and Uticanize giveaway, all you have to do is find the videos that I have posted on the Canik TP9 Elite SC. Then you just have to comment on those videos and you'll be automatically entered for free. But if you donate to the Muzzle Bro channel, you get an extra entry for every $1 you donate. So Mr. Egg donated $2 to the stream. He gets an extra 2 entries. And I keep track of everyone's entries on this very beautiful sheet of paper. Those are the paid entries. The free entries I keep track on an Excel sheet, and then I add them all together. I go to a random website, and then that picks the winner. Best deep concealed carry pistol. Definitely the P365 over the Beretta Bobcat. Muzz is the best gun FUD on YouTube. I don't think I'm very fuddy, but maybe I am. I don't know. I think my next pistol is going to be either a P365 Macro Legion or an S&W revolver, maybe 357 or 44 mag. Not sure. I'm fairly new to pistols. So I do actually have the P365 Legion, and I like it quite a bit. You know, I actually did a fairly extensive comparison to the Legion versus the Canik Prime because similar guns, similar weights, or actually no, the Legion's a hell of a lot heavier, but whatever. Similar EDC guns. The Canik Prime is a really good option if you want to save some money. It's half the price of the Legion. Is Optics Planet a good site to buy optics? Yeah, for the most part, they run some pretty good deals. Hey guys, I actually do have an Optics Planet link. So if you use my Optics Planet link, I think you get a little bit of a discount and it also helps out the channel. All of my links, like I know some of y'all are probably new to the channel, but I do have a ton of links in the, like in my YouTube homepage description. And if you use my links, there's like a link tree, click on that, find the link you want to use, because I definitely have one for Optics Planet. If you use my link, you get a discount, and I think I get like 50 cents or something. So I would appreciate that if you guys could. If you guys are just popping on the stream, welcome to the Muzzle Bro channel. I appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to the channel. We got the ZPAP M90 out on the table, a beautiful 5.56 AK. We have the Marlin Dark Series chambered in 4570 with some Midwest Industries kit. And then we have the EP9, a little super lightweight AR9 by XR, super cheap as well, like 450 bucks. And then the Canik giveaway gun in the background. My Holosun and my G26 doesn't stay zeroed. Interesting, sometimes I cry about it. Do you have that sucker torqued on appropriately? Comment. My G19 is giving me issues. Why? What's the problem with the Glock 19? You shouldn't be having issues with that. And I'm on the verge of switching to either the Echelon or M&P. I would personally go M&P. But you shouldn't really be having issues with your Glock 19. I'm actually very curious what issues you're having. I don't know, man. Ejection and extraction issues. Change the extractor, big dog. I would change the extractor before bailing on the gun. Clean it and grip it good. I would agree with that. However, it really drove me nuts when I had my TSIS 1911 and everyone was like, you know, you're just not gripping it right. I was like, bro, I promise you I'm gripping it right. The gun's just not working. So, you know, I would change the extractor, see if that works. That's a pretty cheap thing to swap out too. You're as bad as me buying awful guns, Muzzlebrook. I picked up a micro Uzi. What gun is awful? But yeah, no, it's very easy to pick up a gun. The micro Uzi, that's IWI. I wish they had a better brace situation for the micro Uzi, but you know, it is what it is. I think, we do have another 22 gun coming to the channel, so that'll be new. And then I kind of like almost out of projects. I'll be honest, I usually run iron sights. The only optics I use are on my hunting rifles. I have a few red dots, but I find irons more accurate, at least for me personally. I'm not gonna lie, man, I do actually really enjoy iron sights on AKs specifically. AR iron sights I typically don't do as well with, which they're like better, so I don't know why. What is the pitch on the background? The pitch, what are you talking about? But if you guys are just popping on the stream, Welcome to the Muzzle Broke channel. I appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to the Muzzle Broke channel. I really would appreciate it. Hey guys, smash the like button, double tap. Give me some likes on the stream, baby. The gun in the background, if that's what you're talking about, is the Canik TP9 Elite SC. It's the current giveaway. We got the Utica Knife Survival Knife as well. If you were talking about the background on the table, this is a little AK disassembly little mat. We have the Zastava M9556 AK. Actually comes from the factory with an adjustable gas block and a chrome line barrel, so it's pretty dope. I'm a fan of the micro, but carry options suck with the stock. Weirdly, the full size carries better in a shoulder rig. Interesting. I consistently work on my grip, but good tip. I was getting brass stuck in the slide, and sometimes it failed to grab the brass at all together. But it's the Gen 3. I hear Gen 4 extractors help. I'm not... Off the top of my head, I cannot tell you if the Gen 4 and Gen 3 have compatible extractors. Dude, you should be able to buy a Gen 3 extractor for probably like $2. So I'd try that first. Thoughts on Altor pistol? I actually do not have much experience with that. If you only could have one rifle and one sidearm for a pack out, what would you pick? For a sidearm, Glock 17 Gen 3, pretty hands down. I shoot very well with that gun. It's not one of my race guns by any means, but it is incredibly reliable, and I'm incredibly proficient with it, and I feel probably the most comfortable with my Glock 17 Gen 3. So definitely that. Rifle-wise, I don't know. If it's a bug-out rifle, some sort of 5.56 gun. Actually, I might actually pick the Zastava M90. It is 5.56. It is an AK. It has a very long 18.25 barrel, so you're getting some incredible ballistics out of that 5.56 round. I don't know. Hi, I got a question. What's your question? Hell Blaze Rage. If you guys are stopping by, please subscribe to the channel, guys. Please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. You do have to be subscribed to win the gun giveaway. You should review the 7.5 FK pistol, if you could find one. If you can get me one, I'd be happy to review it. That's usually the barrier to entry for a lot of my reviews, is just getting the guns. But ask your question. I'm all caught up in the comments, so I will answer your questions. And make sure you guys like the stream. Super easy to do. Just double tap that screen, baby. Scoot, what's up, man? Not a sponsor to you. You guys always seem to join at the same time. What's up, boys? You might have already said this, but what's the PDW on the far right? This is the EP9 by XTAR, a little 9mm AR platform, incredibly lightweight, comes in at just about 4 pounds, takes Glock mags. It does kind of have, it's kind of hard to show you, but it does kind of have like an SD handguard. I am currently running a Fletcher Rifle Works suppressor in this, but it does kind of come with a blast shield to give you that little SD look. PowerTac flashlight on this one. How's your Saturday? Going well, man. Going well. Thanks for asking. Are you going to stripper camo the lever action? The lever action, you know, I don't know. I do have some thoughts on Cerakoting the lever action, but I probably won't. I like the tape. Thanks, Winters. We have the black goon tape on the Zastava M90. And then we have this is the German Flecktarn camo on the EP9. When buying your first AR, would you buy a cheap PSA and spend the money? Hold on, I got a text. I'm not sure. Okay, she's whatever. Sorry, when buying your first AR, would you buy a cheap PSA and spend the money to build it out later? Buy once, cry once, and get a nicer option. Buy once, cry once, get a nicer option, hands down. Every time I buy, like you end up spending like twice the amount of money. Like if you buy it, I mean, it just kind of depends on what you want, man. Like if you want a budget build that's going to work and be fine, I mean, you'd probably be fine with a PSA, but like if you want at the end result a really good AR, I would buy an ambi lower. I would buy a decent upper. I mean, it's not going to be inexpensive, but I would buy once, cry once. That would probably be my recommendation with all my guns. The only time I really tried to cheap out like hardcore on a gun was actually with the Thesis 1911. It was like $350 or something. And that is like one of the only guns I've had like significant issues with, except for the Chris Vector. I've had some bad issues with that. Okay, if you weren't limited by what's transferable or ammo costs, what select fire gun would you want? I miss my select fire CZ75. Ooh. Dude, I think I might have to go with just the Glock 18. I don't know why. I think it would just be a ton of fun. Or the PPS H41. The lever action is a giveaway as well. It's so sick. Thank you. But no, it is not. Just the Canik TP9 Elite SC, but it's still, you know, free gun, man. So I recently got an H3 buffer for a super safety, but it still got locked in the rear, except now it takes 1/4 instead of 2. Could this be a buffer spring issue? Just try a regular buffer. I'm running a regular buffer with my super safety. Haven't had any issues. So I don't know. Have you had a Smith M&P AR-15 Sport 3? I do have, my dad has one. Hey man, love the channel. Pop in when I can. Thank you for my time. Have a good day. Well, thanks man. Thank you, Sebastian. I appreciate that. If you guys are just popping on the stream, make sure you subscribe to the Muzzle Bro channel. I really would appreciate it. Today out on the table, we do have the EP9 by XTAR, a little 9mm AR build. We have the Marlin Dark Series chambered in 4570 with some awesome Midwest Industries parts. We also have the ZPAP M90, a beautiful 5.56 AK chrome line barrel adjustable gas block from the factory. This may actually be my favorite AK adjustable gas block because it's actually very easy to do. No problem. Love this content, man. Well, thank you. Make sure you guys are subscribed. How do people enter the giveaway? So to enter the giveaway for the Canik TP9 Elite SC, you just need to go comment on all of the videos. Well, I mean, you don't have to do all of them, but every comment you leave, you get an entry. I don't know, you can, donate to the channel to get extra entries. So like Egg donated $2, he gets 2 extra entries. I would get an M16 just so I could get a select fire AR lower. Yeah, you know, not that an M16 wouldn't be cool, but like there's so many super safeties now that like you kind of, I don't know, like it's kind of, you kind of basically can get, you know, a full send AR. So I don't know. Malik, did you get more entries? I don't know if Malik is on the stream. I know he was earlier, but Malik likes to hang out in the shadows sometimes. But yeah, I am keeping track of everyone's paid entries, and then I have everyone's free entries in an Excel sheet. Giveaway will end on May 31st, so stay tuned for that. Oh, hey guys, we also have the the Taquito Suppressor 1,000 round range review dropping tomorrow at noon. So I'm pretty pumped about that. Make sure you guys, well, you know, if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. But I think it's a pretty cool video, man. It's actually, I think, the longest video I've done so far. Oh, crap, I haven't sent you that money. Well, whenever you get a chance, man. It's all good, brother. Malik is still ahead, probably. May 31st is also D-Day. Did not know that off the rip, but thank you, Egg. Glock 18C is so dumb. With about 1,500 rounds, you can get decent with it at 25 meters. The only Glock I actually enjoy shooting for pleasure. Malik just sent $20 to the PayPal. Okay, so Malik is getting an extra 40 entries again. Malik, you're probably gonna you're gonna win. You're probably gonna win. I don't know, man. There's a lot. I don't know. There's a lot of entries. So thank you, Malik. I appreciate that. Every donation to the channel helps quite a bit. I actually just got some new LED lights for the gun room, so I'm gonna be trying to put those up. So comment on all the videos. Basically, you get 1 free entry per video. You comment on for the TP9 Elite SC, and then you know you can whatever. I got to set up PayPal. LOL. Yeah, you do. Yeah, whatever. That's the point. Malik says. 129. Should I just get a rifle stock, or is there a buffer spring you'd recommend? I don't know, man. The super safeties and the binaries can be a little finicky with springs and buffers and stuff. Dude, I don't know. It kind of takes the fun out of them for me. The super safety that Malik Ferris actually sent works ridiculously well. And I didn't have to do anything for that. So I was like truly shocked because I thought I was going to get that, put it in, and it was going to like not really work, but it works very well. So shout out to Malik Ferris. Do you have anything in 10 millimeter? I actually don't, but we maybe will soon. Gabby says he's sending that 10 millimeter high point that we are going to spray paint to make like the goth girl pink zebra striped high points. That's going to be pretty cool. So hopefully we can get that gun in 10 millimeter, and I don't know. I do really want to do some more like ballistic testing vibes. So we'll see. Without shooting it, I can't really suggest it. Spring Coat Orange isn't awful. I think an H3 may be too heavy, so I'd look at your weights. Yeah, I think an H3 would probably be too heavy. But if you guys are just stopping by, make sure you subscribe to the Muzzle Broke channel. I would really appreciate it. 10 more for me, yay. All right, Scoot, thank you. Where are you, Scoot? You're up at the top, actually. Well, just the top of the paper sheet here. So shout out to Scoot. Thank you, guys. I appreciate this. Every donation to the channel, it just helps me out a ton. I don't really make much money on YouTube at all. Like, it's basically nothing. So a lot of the money just comes from you guys. So I appreciate that. And then it kind of gives us money to buy rounds and do range reviews and all that good stuff. So thank you, Scoot. Appreciate you, big dog. The High Point carbine would be cool if they had larger mags. I do really want to check out the High Point AR. I don't know if they've released that quite yet, but I think they have. Or at least they have some stuff on it. There's a company that makes larger mags for High Points. It's a mag catch swap and extended 1911 mags. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know, man. Mags can make or break a gun. Actually, that is, not to say anything bad about the EP9 by X-Tar, because I literally haven't shot this gun yet, but that is one of my concerns for this gun, is that it does take Glock mags. Everyone really likes when their PCCs take Glock mags. I guess my only Glock mag PCC experience is with the Chris Vector, and I have had some issues with the Chris Vector. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't love Glock mags and PCC, so I hope this gun runs well, and if it does, then maybe my Glock mag PCC faith will be restored. Okay, the quarters solves it though. Runs like a champ, but I wanted to see if I can get it to run no quarter. Nah, I mean, if it's running, it's running. Malik, I'm glad I reminded you. Yeah, Scoot and Malik are definitely have the most entries for sure for the Canik TP9 Elite SC and knife giveaway. I loathe how Glock mags look in an AR PCC. Yeah, I agree. The Colt mags do look a lot better. Might be if it ain't broke, don't fix it situation. Yeah, I would agree. If you have it running, you got it running. I will say sometimes, I don't know, for like I had a FRT. Actually, I still have it. I should probably sell that. Anyways, I had an FRT, and it sometimes it would run, and sometimes it wouldn't run, and I don't know why. I don't know. Scorpion mags for the win. Yeah, the Scorpion mags are pretty dope. When I had the Palmetto State Armory AKV, it did use those Scorpion mags. The PSA ones were actually 35 rounds, which was kind of cool. Never really had any significant issues with that gun. I'm trying to remember why I sold it specifically, but I don't. Can you reload like John Wick? I mean, I'm sure I could. I don't think I have any videos of that, but just like where he just throws the mag basically out of the gun. Just a kind of an unnecessary action, but it does look really cool. So we, maybe we'll do some videos like that. I know that's why I was iffy, but $500 or $500 in and no issues yet. Yeah, I mean, if you're not having issues, then I wouldn't worry about it. If I'm grabbing a PCC, I'm taking my Sterling, as I've got the most time shooting it on the clock under pressure. Love that thing. Yeah, man, honestly, the best, everyone's always like, the best gun. Like, the best gun is the gun that you're comfortable with and that you're good with and that's actually going to run. Some of the guns that I have, like, upgraded to Oblivion, like, sometimes aren't the most reliable. A lot of the race handguns, I guess, that are the fastest for me are not the most reliable. And that's just kind of some of the give and take you get when you're doing upgrades on the guns. Just kind of how it happens sometimes. But if you guys are just tuning in to the Muzzle Broke channel, please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Made possible by viewers like you. Isn't that like the old PBS thing? But yeah, we do have the EP9 by XTAR, a very lightweight, very inexpensive AR9, kind of goon taped up. I do have a Fletcher Rifle Works suppressor, PowerTac Light, running a Marlin Dark Series 4570 with some Midwest Industries upgrades as well. And then the ZPAP M90, beautiful 5.56 AK, also running PowerTac flashlights on this too. So yeah, man, plenty of cool guns. You are ready? You ready for Civil War? Yeah, man, hopefully. Hopefully I don't need to be, but you know. I do practice quite a bit. I heard Howie's tape is better than Goon tape. Actually, I have no experience with Howie's tape. I will say I was using hockey tape, and I actually do prefer the Goon tape to hockey tape. I think I did a video like way back when describing the differences, but the Goon tape looks a little less. The hockey tape got very clothy and like, I don't know. I have one of my guns is hockey taped compared to the Goon tape, and I think the Goon tape just holds up a wee bit better over time. So yeah, man. But the giveaway gun is still live. The Canik TP9 Elite SC. You could still get your entries in for that giveaway. Giveaway winner will be announced May 31st, so you definitely have some time to do that. I'm trying to remember what I was going to say next. But yeah, man, the Taquito long form range review will be live tomorrow at noon. So that's exciting. Should be a pretty entertaining video to watch. I did have fun filming it, so hopefully you guys enjoy it as well. Pretty inexpensive suppressor, so cool. Thank you, Scoot, because I forgot. Malik says I'm bored, guys. Malik, are you working today? So yeah. Next on the channel for long form videos, we will have the CZ Customs build long form. We will have the EP9 1000 round. We will have the Zastava M90 1000 round. Once we get in the handguard for the Marlin Dark series, we will do a range review of that. Probably not 1,000 rounds because these bullets run like $2 a piece, so that's pretty painful. Honestly, Goon tape versus hockey tape depends on what you're using it for. Hockey tape soaks up blood and sweat better, which helps. If you were a prostitute, what gun would you carry in your prison purse? Probably my P365 Legion. I do really wish, I'm waiting on a better Canik Prime holster. I would really enjoy a better holster for the Canik Mate MC9 Prime. But we'll see. Hopefully that'll be coming around the mountain here pretty soon, but I bet that Zastava has like no recoil. Correct. Yeah, it's actually like incredibly impressive. I didn't film the 1,000 round range review for it yet. And we're definitely going to, but I did shoot a little bit with it so far, and yeah, it has none. Especially when you're used to shooting like 7.62 by 39 short AKs, having a 18.25 inch barrel for a 5.56 AK is like, it shoots like a 22 almost, which is awesome. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to run it. I'm definitely going to run it suppressed, but I don't know if I'm going to run it suppressed for the full 1,000 rounds. We'll see. I might put my like surplus Russian sling on this. I don't know if that would look good or not because it's green, but we'll see. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But yeah, the Zastava M90, very light recoiling gun. It's actually like a surprisingly light AK for what you're used to, especially given that it does have an 18 point something inch barrel. Very light AK, which, you know, is interesting. Typically, I feel like I'm picking up my AKs, and I mean, I guess I don't really realize it anymore, but you need a reloading setup for 45.70. $2 a round is stupid. Yeah, I agree. I have not gotten into reloading. Not to say that I won't. I guess I just don't have any of this stuff. Jace says hi. What's up, man? Yeah, reloading I think would be a lot of fun. It would definitely, especially for me, be like a good little hobby or something to get into, but I just haven't, I don't know, haven't done it yet. We'll see. But I do really enjoy the Zastava M90 so far. 1,000-round range review, I'm pretty excited for that. Same thing for the 1,000-round range review of the EP9. I love the guns that make you giggle when you shoot. Yes, and the Zastava is definitely one of them. I would really like to put the ALG trigger in this, but I actually have no idea if the Yugo pattern can take an ALG trigger. Maybe I'll experiment with that, because I do straight up have an ALG trigger just sitting here. Does anyone know? I don't. But yeah, man, the Zastava M90 is dope, so I'm really excited to do the range review of that. All right, guys, if you're just popping onto the stream, please subscribe to the Muzzle Bro channel. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you watch all my videos. I will see you guys maybe later tonight on a live stream, so thanks for stopping by. I love all of you, and thank you for being